go, folks. I'm just refreshing the pewter, making sure that we are online and ready to go. It's looking like it's lacking me. Pewter's liking it. Oh, it says excellent, so that means somebody's happy. Pewter's happy, and my brother slides in right at the freaking last minute. How's it going, Darren? Alrighty, guys. Well, we're gonna give it a little one of these and a little one of those. To start off, let me just make sure that you can see my silly mug here. Stand back so I'm not so close. How we doing, guys? Joe! WIP Wednesdays, the big Wowwy'z Workshop. I don't got my two brothers one vision lights, but Wowwy'z was a dipshit last week. I can turn off the disco lights there for frickin' algae and Hobo Jack's thing and stuff. I love that little area up there. But yeah, I didn't plug in my things last night, my little LEDs. And then my new Sasquatch sign, it's too bright. You guys can't see it. I have to buy dimmers for every one of these neon signs in here that I have in my shows. And then you have to put it on its very, very lowest settings so that the camera can pick it up. So I didn't turn that on. So it's not as bright and sparkly as she usually is, but hello. And so you guys can hear me okay? I'm expecting? Huh? Hey, Darren, love to you. Steven says Carvings is in the house. Hello, Steven. Was just chatting with Steven not too long ago. And to Carla. This is for the ladies. I gave Miss Francis an emoji one, but it's for the ladies. Rhinestone too. Uniquely Twisted is here. Great. Good to hear. Today, you guys, it was Simon? No, it was Hobo Jack, Simon, and Grumpy 123. I believe. Let me go right back up. That's right. Yep. Guten Abend, ihr Lieben, says Simon. But it was Hobo Jack was number one, Simon, and then Grumpy. And then right after that, I believe it was Aja from one of mine. And then it was Rhinestone. Rhinestone, Suzanne. Joe! So yes, no, that's how good kid up there. The Electric Whittler is here. How's it going, brother? Fuck, man, thanks for popping in, Josh. Always thinking about you, bro, and hoping that everything's going okay and stuff. With the fam dam and life and everything, you know? Thanks for popping in. That is awesome. Steven's asked Carvings. Oh, man. This morning I was up in the studio doing some work, working with an E, working on Hobo Jack's next video coming up. We got a tribe mail with Hobo Jack and Uniquely Twisted coming, you guys. So be watching for that. And also, the past 3 days, I've been doing, like the other day, I did 6 hours of editing on my How to Carve a Woodspirit series. Video 2 that a lot of people have been waiting for. We're on it. I'm in like the last 10 minutes of it. And then when I get all through it, you darn tootin', after it exports, I'm going to sit and watch that thing 3 times from where it's sitting in my files, so that there's not one single problem like last time. I fucking exported it, trusted it, uploaded to YouTube, and then like at 19 minutes, I believe it was. Mark knows from New Zealand. He pointed it out to me. Aubrey is here. How are you doing? Yep. So what this is, Aubrey. Aubrey's my cousin, you guys. Love you, cuz. She's been really, really rallying for the channel too, you guys. Sharing it to Facebook, just sharing our channel, like going to our channel bio or whatever it's called, and then sharing straight from there to her social media has really, really helped. We've got some new subs, and I was looking today in the chat there, and there's some little shields next to some familiar names. That's because we now have memberships. And so Wowie and Two Brothers One Vision, we got some members already. And I just want to thank you guys. And I know you folks, that if you can do it financially, you will. And if you can't, it's because of this, how crazy everything costs these days and people's budgets and stuff. I don't want to put any pressure on people when it comes to that stuff. You guys are here to support me. you know, physically in these chats, in coming and watching the videos and coming to the lives and stuff, that's support enough. Okay, everything else is icing on the cake. And as you guys all know, that this is a symbiotic relationship around here. If you support Wowwy'z Workshop and Two Brothers One Vision in those ways, it's going to come back to you, because we're just going to put it straight back to the channel. I'm doing it already. I'm already giving gifts and stuff to people in the tribe, just randomly, and just doing it and covering all the costs. So now this is just going to help, right? Because it costs a lot. It costs a lot. So the fact that I did it from this way, Aubrey, sorry, I did. Thank you, Aubrey, so much. She's brought some new subs our way. We're trying to make it to our 1,000, you guys. We got to do it before year's end, and then we have to hit that 4,000 watch hours before February. I'm at 3,100 the last time I checked. I hate looking at the freaking numbers, man. It freaks me out. But thank you so much, Aubrey, and please just continue to, you know, it's like fishing. It's like fishing in a river. You just don't know who's going to be in there at the time when it gets posted and stuff. But holy smokes, does it help? And it's needed. It is needed. The help we're coming right down to the freaking sliding in last minute, like oh wow, we always do. And the reason why you're seeing the shot from this way, God, I got to freaking finish my stories, is because the OBS. I had some problems the last time I had OBS on the very end of the stream. I don't know if I should be taking it to heart and freaking out about it, but I freak out about it, okay? I want to give you guys the very, very best. I hate any types of problems. And so I've just been shooting it straight from the phone. Last week I did it straight from the phone, and this week I'm doing it straight from the phone. I can move it around so you guys can see me and stuff, but I'm not going to have the music, and I really, really apologize, but I can't have that shit going wrong, you know, like it just throws the whole deal off. I'm going to reach out to Perry. Perry taught me how to use OBS, the wood carving wizard, Perry. And I love him for helping me and giving me, you know, like anybody who teaches you stuff, that's a gift like no other, you know? And I really appreciate that. So I'm going to ask him, because he's using a new thing called Streamlab, I believe, which you have to pay for, but I'm just going to ask him, you know, have you had these problems with the same ones that we have had with OBS and yada yada. I'll figure it out. Because I don't mind paying, you know, a little subscription if it's going to work right. Work with an E. So you guys don't need to be seeing me, my stupid freaking mug here. I just want to say hello, and at the end, or maybe if we take a break or something, well, I'll do that again, because I like being able to look at you guys and yeah, make it more personal. So we're just gonna go like this, and then one of these, alrighty, and then we go one like here. Okay, now I'm just gonna look at it from up here, make sure that we are looking okay here. I can zoom in a little bit, but not too much. Don't get too crazy there, Wowie. Now let me just make sure that man, it sure looks different from when I'm looking at it from, okay, let me do that. Let me just see. Sorry guys, just minor things. And this is where I loved OBS with my scenes and stuff, you know, everything is set and all the cameras and stuff, but I just don't know why it's doing the lagging stuff and that stuff on me, okay? Yes, Miss Francis in the house. Uniquely Twisted is here. All the sisters are here. All the sisters in the house. So you guys, this here, today's subject, I guess you'd say, is due to the Woodspirit I carved not too long ago for my neighbor. That, some of you guys know the story, but I'll tell you anyways. You know, it's one of those examples where, you know, random acts of kindness can really turn around and bite you in the butt, but in a good way, right? Bite you in the butt in a good way, because what goes around comes around. So we did that. Sorry, I just got to set my fan up here better. I'm getting freaking hot in here already. Have a little drink of water, spooky doobie. I got Doobie's bottle today, so I better not bring it up. Those are probably from me. Love you, Spooky Doobie. Just checking here. Oh, Aubrey's just talking and saying hello to Miss Francis, making sure I'm not missing anything, you guys. So yes, I carved that Woodspirit for my neighbor, took it over there, and they were just so, like, they had no idea what was happening, and it was just one of those ones that you do, you just follow that whisper of your soul. When your soul whispers you something, it's usually something about doing something nice, you listen to that. Don't think it, don't overthink it, you know, just do it. Do it to it, like we like to say around here. And that's that there, okay? You do it to it when the soul whispers. So we did that, and that turned into a request for 2 more Woodspirits. And that's just usually how that kind of stuff happens, man. And so yes, I'm not going to say no to that. You know, every little thing, it's, you know, they're not going to be for free gifts, or of course they're pay jobs, right? So when I came in here this morning, this little section here was all level, but it's super hard wood. I don't know what it is. It's driftwood, my favorite wood, and a big part of that is because I love not really knowing its story or its, you know, anything about it. It makes it way more mysterious, because then you gotta figure it out, you know. Some people really know their wood types really well. Shout out to old Carbon Fusion there. He's pretty good at knowing what kind of wood he finds on there, and he usually like nicks it with something and then smells. But I can't really smell anything on this one, and it's just a root. You can tell, eh? Like that's a freaking root. That's a rootin' tootin' root right there. Okay, so who knows what kind of tree it is? I always like to think and hope that it's cedar. It's just my favorite. You know, if I'm gonna pick one driftwood that I like the most, it's cedar, western red cedar. But I'll carve anything. What I like about when I'm picking wood off the beach, it's the flow and the canvas that it is, right? I don't really care about, you know, I don't want to be carving ironwood or anything and ruin all my good Kutzall Burrs, hey? Kutzall Burrs, we're affiliates, Amazon associates. Links are down in the basement, you guys. Get you guys some tools, and any little kickbacks like I just rambled about will come back to you. You know? So that's exactly the same thing. If we get a little Kutzall kickback, it's going to be to send somebody a freaking Kindred Spirit coffee cup or something. That's what it turns into, because we're not making bank or anything by any means. We're just, you know, we're just doing our thing. We're just little guys just trying our freaking best here, man. So yes, if you do need a Kutzall Burr, use our link. You'll get a discount. We get a little kickback. Everybody's happy. So I don't want to ruin all my burrs on super hard stuff, but at the same time, they're tools, right? They're tools, and that's what they're freaking for. So do it to it, you know. Do it to it. Just making sure I'm not missing anything here. Okay. Yep. People were just talking about channel names and stuff. Aubrey and Miss Francis are getting to know each other. So this one, you know, guys, it's been a while. I was looking back through some of my old pictures of my old Woodspirits in the very beginning, and I kind of have that weird feeling like I got to go back to that, because when I very first started carving, I didn't have many, like, you know, it's like being a child when you think that everything is possible. Well, that's what I was like when I first started carving, and I'd draw my spirits out a little bit more whimsical, and I just went for things with a little bit less fear. But as I've grown as a carver, I've gotten better in areas. But at the same time, you kind of like pull back in certain areas. It's like becoming an adult or something. I don't know what it is. But I was looking at my older Woodspirits, and I was like, yes, I want to get back to that, where they come, you know, sometimes they're on a different profile, looking different ways and stuff, and really crazy, you know, features. And I just want to try to go back to a more of an original Wowwy. So all of this was a big mound, and I don't want to have that screaming the machines. So please, because I don't have my tunes for you guys with LaRue, poor LaRue's sitting up there. It's gonna be a quiet day for LaRue, but maybe just turn it down or whatever, because the dust collector is gonna be going, and then the power carving is gonna be happening, right? And again, I apologize. I want to have music soon. I just got to get everything figured out. Because it's all about giving you guys the best show. That's what it comes down to. Okay, so we are going to. I took out enough. I didn't want to do too much on it where you guys don't get to see the magic happen, right? And by that, I'm not saying my work is magic. I just mean the revealing of the Woodspirit is like the coolest part, you know, seeing that spirit, the magic of the Woodspirit. All of us power carvers and Woodspirit carvers understand that's kind of like the story behind them, is that it reveals itself to you. Well, that's the one I believe, anyways. There's quite a few different kinds of like stories of the Woodspirit, but I can see it. So that's the raised part there, the highest part. Can you guys? Is that like? It's the highest part of this wood here. It's right here. Okay. I'm trying to give you like a. Let me see. So I want the people watching to understand. So that ridge right down here, that's the very, very highest part of this root or branch or whatever the frick it is. So that he's going to be kind of looking off this way. I'm going to use that as the nose. I could round it more this way and try and move it over, but I'm just going with it. I'm going with the wood, okay? And I kind of can see over here on the side, like a good spot where this nose is revealing itself to me, and it's only revealing itself through the colors here. But I'm gonna try and kind of. Okay, so that's way over here. Yeah, we're gonna have to zone that in a little bit, because that's getting a bit too crazy here. But we'll get those figured out. So let's see, 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch right here. So I'll just. And then once I feel good about where this nose is going to be planned out, I'll probably draw it on there with a marker. It's a better marker, but okay. So bear with me here. I have to look at it from a couple different angles, because once you got it in there, there ain't no turning back, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go there. Feel a bit better there. And then it come down. And then we got a lot of room for the, yeah, okay, so I'm liking that so far. I'm liking the shape of that nose. We're not going too skinny, we can bring it in if we need to, but I really want to have, and that's what I was noticing on my older Woodspirits. When I first started carving them, I was carving them, the nose is very, very wide, and then I got a lot of real estate to work with them, right? So I like that so far. So you can kind of see the angle that we're working with, right? I hope that you can see that through there. Is the chat still working okay? I'm going to hit some hearts here. I think you guys are just watching and listening. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So when you're carving it in, kind of carve it in that way, and then you carve these humps in after. But when we block it out, it's going to be, you do it that way. Well, that's the way there ain't no frickin' 100% way to do anything when it comes to carving the fantasy stuff. It's just the way I've learned. So yeah, I'm starting to like this, and then I can already envision that we're going to be able to go licking off the. Okay, cool, Aubrey. Awesome. Thank you for replying. That's good. I got everybody enthralled. The process. Okay, so I'm gonna balance those brows out a little bit there. You see that? And then we got a really cool spot up here for licks of hair and stuff to come up off this brow. But what I'm gonna do up here is give it some really fun browage up here. Yeah, and then I'll get in here, probably fucking fire up that. Sorry, I don't know if anyone's watching. I don't know. Mark wasn't here last week. I don't know if he's just busy taking her back to school. I don't even know how it works over there in New Zealand, if their back to schools and stuff are the same as ours calendar goes, because I know right now it's like winter for them or something. But anyway, sorry, Anwin. We're Allie too. There's Allie that watches. Another little wonder. Sorry for swearing. Okay. Hey, Rhinestone. Oh, darn, I had to refresh. LOL, I've been sitting in the intro screen. Oh, no, Grumpy. Poor guy. Hippie Christopher's Creations. Love your style, brother. Nice to see the full process. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. How you doing, bro? Josh is still here. Electric Whittler. Thank you, guys. So, poor Grumpy. Well, at least, Grumpy, if you want to go back, you'll be able to watch that. You'll be able to watch the how we got here so far. Right? But that's how this is going to be the start of this mystical dude. We're going to start with this. I cut this in first, and then I go back in, and then that's when we're going to start like figuring out what we're going to do about eyes and stuff, right? Because with this shape of the brow, then I can go in there and put in some really cool eyes. I'm just going to quickly give you a little example. So we'll go in there, and I just kind of, when I do my eyes, I'll mimic whatever my brown line was. That, like that. And that gives you an idea of kind of like the shape I'm going to go for on this one. Yeah, it's going to be freaking wicked, man. So, like I said, it is going to be a loud one today, but I'll knock off this stuff really quick. I'll get as much as that I can with the Fordham. The Fordham's a lot quieter, okay? And I'll just do my best to get that done quickly, and then we'll go in here. I'll cut that stuff in with my what I'll probably use is a Carbide ball cutter, because this is kind of like how I like to cut things in. And then you go in there with the Kutzall Extreme Flame. I got one on deck right here, my little Kutzall. All my best Kutzalls are in here, you guys. The fine detail kit in fine. The detail kit in fine, I should say. And then I got a couple balls, the bigger ones. These are the half. I believe it's called a 1/2 inch sphere. And then these little guys here are the 1/4 or the 3/4 inch sphere. And they come smaller. Okay? But I got that little set on deck. I got a couple here. This wristband is wicked, you guys, if you're a power carver. Even somebody who's doing lots of DIY at home. Because this stuff, like anything, your nuts, your bolts. Here, look at, that's a hanger for on the back of that freaking half-wit cupcake that we carved. Oh, speaking of. Bing! Now, After I got him done that day, the next day I looked at it, and there were way more cut marks, like visible tool like cut marks. You can see there's still some back there, but I went in there and recarved a lot of those things out, and then I had to redo the blue. But now Spooky Doobie says she likes the blue because the rest of the colors are really, really bright. But that's where that little prick is. So what I'm going to do to finish it, when I feel 100% about the sky, because I could like sand a wispy through it, and it'll kind of look like clouds. But Katie likes it like really, really bright colors because it's cartoon land, right? But I'm going to spray it with matte Rust-Oleum. I don't like gloss. I don't like high gloss, but I like the matte, and it seals in this dye really, really nice. But yeah, there's that little guy. Bing! That's one happy cupcake, eh, Josh? Hippie, oh, okay, that's great. Yes, Chris, please do try this type of style. You know, going in at it this way. And I don't know if you see my other ones. I like lots of it. See, you know that all that talk about S lines. Well, my art is testimony or testament to it. Is that the way you say it? Testament to it. There's S lines everywhere. S line, S line, S line, S line, S line. Just got to fix this because it's going. I got a little bit crazy with that one, and I just got to make sure it's right because. There ain't going back after you take all that material away. Okay, guys. Well, let's make some sawdust. Like always, we're using PPE. Drop my goggles on the floor. Do a carbon fusion spider check. And yeah, we're going to get this Woodspirit to pop out. But yeah, that stuff. This is really, really handy. Nuts and bolts stay on it. Little screws. Chow! It's a handy dandy. So I'll get this stuff on. And just thank you for being here. Talk amongst you guys yourselves. Be nice. And let's make some freaking magic. And again, thank you so much. Much love, you guys. Thank you for being here. I don't know if you guys saw last week. But you guys are so freaking awesome. By the end of the thing, because we can now have super chats here. I don't know if you noticed, we have memberships now and super chats. But we made $67 last week, you guys, Canadian, from your guys' generosity in the super chats. So thank you again for doing that. That was freaking made me damn near cry. Well, I did afterwards, but I didn't do it live. Anyways. Let's do this. Thanks again, you guys. Oh, holy doodle. Holy doodle. Oh. Phew. That was a good little session. 1G. How are we doing? How are we doing? Just crazy how the sound of the Dremel is relaxing for me. I know it. Lots of some people like that. I actually, you know, I don't mind it because growing up, you know, or growing up, but as we grew as carvers, you know, watching Carbon Fusion and stuff, that's how it always was, and so it's like I get that too. It's kind of like a homey kind of feel, Grumpy. I totally feel you, sir. Yes, please do hit that like button. Jeez. Now I'm going to be hitting these hearts right here for all you people hitting the like. And a couple little party ones. Let's hit some 100%ers. Get some 100%ers there. Hippie Christopher agrees with Grumpy about the sound of the Dremel. It can be kind of soothing. Like, I wasn't listening to music or nothing there. I was. If you guys are getting her full bore, oh wow, he's getting her full born too. Full bore. You know what I'm trying to say. So, what do you guys think of him so far? He's emerging. It might, maybe when I'm carving it, you don't see him as well, you know, from the angle, but he's coming. He's emerging. And that's what this episode was all about, is watching this magical guy emerge from the wood. And it's the magic of the Woodspirit. Sorry about it. I just saw something there I wasn't liking, and so I'm liking it better now. Now this, since I'm not gonna put it on the box so it don't fucking bounce everybody around and get your car sick. No old Spooky Doobie don't even like to watch my videos because, not my lives, I mean. She watches all my other videos. But Spooky Doobie don't watch the lives because I can make your car sick, but all the moving around and stuff. Okay. I feel sorry for Spooky Doo because she gets migraines, and those are freaking horrible. They are horrible, and they are very real. So I'm going to just draw these lines on a little bit harder there, so everybody watching can kind of see what I'm going for. But I'm liking, like, the cool thing about an old root like this, you know, is that you don't have to be as worried about running into the punk. You know that punk that I'm talking about, you guys. Frickin' punk, man. Punky little punk. Beat his ass. I was just looking up here and thinking, geez, that's a nice little spot up there. Might have to sink something in there a little bit later, eh? A little bit of magic, perhaps. We'll see what happens, but yeah. Don't have to worry about running into the punky wood on this guy. Everything is nice and hard and sound. And that's, if you guys have ever wondered why you don't see me doing anything with cottonwood bark much on this channel, that's basically your answer, is that I don't like that softness that, and like if there's crack, I don't mind the wood itself. Like carving the wood, carving the bark itself is actually quite nice. But when there's fracture lines in your cottonwood bark, that's where you lose me, because there's something about, you know, carving something in a big nose and you're loving it and everything, and all of a sudden the thing pops off because it has those vertical fracture lines from the edge grain. That's where you lose Wowwy, because I ain't putting all this freaking time in just to have willy-nilly material popping off on me, right? if it's really, really good sound cottonwood bark, and I have done a couple. The one Woodspirit that had actually worked for me way back in the day when I was starting, my good friend Giles bought. And as far as I know, it's still good, and it's like out on an outer wall. It's under an eave or whatever, but it's on an outside wall, and it's doing just fine on their cabin wall. But it's not getting direct rain. Okay, so now that we got that pretty much established, and I'm liking it, you know, this is when I was talking about it at the beginning of the show. Going back to how I carved right when I first started, right? Hey, Shoop's Woodshop is in the house. Weekend Adventures with Matt is here. How you doing, Matt? Dad is in the house. How is it going, Dad? Hello, guys. I'm not sure, Josh. Jesus, Grumpy. Thank you, brother. Oh man. You've already become a member, Grumpy. Don't be putting yourself out for Wowwy. Don't be doing that. But oh my God, do I appreciate it, Grumpy. Thank you. So I'm not sure, Josh, but I know it's a root. It's a rootin' and tootin'. I can't. The smell is kind of like evergreeny, kind of. But I don't trust my call on wood types all that well. Like, I'm not that good at picking it out, but it does have kind of a little bit of a Christmas tree kind of smell. Josh, thanks for asking, and thank you, Grumpy, again, man. You're a good man. The Shoop's Woodshop is in the house. Matt is in the house. Oh my God, I gotta hit this heart on this thing and hit like. My goodness. He says, I need your 3 favorite colors. Whose favorite colors? Mine? How you doing, Dad? And Mark, back in a bit. I need a coffee. Thank you. And I hope Anwin didn't catch the F-bomb earlier. But it was warranted. It was a warranted F-bomb. Thank you for coming, Josh, and the Shoops, and Matt, all of y'all. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Grumpy. That's for you, brother. You need my 3 favorite colors. Well, fuck, man, that's hard. If you guys know Wowwy, pink, blue, and like aqua green are my top favorite. I know that's not the most manly answer, but and I know blue and aqua blue, like aquamarine, like tealy are technically kind of the same, but they're not really, you know. But those are the colors that those are the colors I like, you guys. I don't know what to say. So, if you guys know anything about me, you know why, and you know why this is hanging off the side of me. Isn't that dope? Look at the skulls and stuff. That's Rock Fit utility towel. This is for sweating, for at the gym and in your workshop. And that's why it's pink, is because it's a shout out to my very, very first favorite color. And that, oh my God, heaven forbid, it was pink. Because my baby blanket was pink. So it was just my very first favorite color. So, as we say here, we're going to give it to you real and raw in Wowwy'z workshop. So, there you have it. So, Next, like I'm gonna, if I could just bang something off here like quickly and not have to turn everything on, I'm gonna do it. So, since we're just talking, because I got this neck sleevey thing right here, and it actually works pretty good. I got a couple of these. Darren gave me one. If I put it on and then just quickly do something, at least I'm not breathing in those fumes. So just one sec. Okay, so yeah, it's on me right now, and it doesn't muffle my voice or anything, so that's cool. I like that. So I think just to be safe, I'm gonna cut my things in. Yeah, I'm gonna cut them in with this, and then clean up the area with my Kutzall. It's just how I feel safe right now doing it, but I don't have to turn everything on. So we're gonna try and do as much as we can without that goddamn loud noise for you guys. Because I know some of us weird wood nuts like the sound, but for most people, they'll probably make them skip my show. And we don't want that. So just one sec. See how I just kind of like I cut it in there and then just let it run off the side, so that what I can do is from back here is kind of connect it. That's what I'm wanting to do. So I'll just do it right now. Like, practice what you preach. So I just do that, those two little touches there, and then take away some of that. Sometimes I get carried away and I'll start, like, you can actually like do a lot of carving with just those little balls, those little carbide balls. And that's why, like, you know, if you're a beginner and if you're looking at the like Dremel stuff, and it'll be like, they'll say for wood carving, and it's those little tiny wood balls, and people think, well, what can you do with that, right? That little tiny, but actually you can do a lot. Like, as you saw there, I was cutting it in. I cut in the line, and then you feather away that cut line with the little ball. Just tick, 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 tick. And I was doing it over here, neat, 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 neat. And like, it can just save you from having to switch over into a Kutzall. But what's nice about using the Kutzall is because when you're using a nice fine, so what I'm going to do is I'll just get a Kutzall on here, you know, let's put a Kutzall taper in fine in the microcarver, and then we can kind of have a more seamless situation here. Put them down there, put this to the side. But yeah, that's, and I gotta put my eyes on. Geez, what are you doing, kid? But the nice thing about having your Kutzalls on deck is because it sounds to a degree. Yeah. Get those little edgy guys off there. Yeah. Wowie likey. Wowie likey. He's giving me that that old school kind of feel that I started carving like, whoa, I see something I gotta do right quick. Sorry. Has to be done. I just had to match up the plane there. You see that plane there? Because when you're doing things from an angle, everything changes a little bit, but you still want to balance things. Like the edge is running this way, right? And the center line is like this. So I don't know. I got a bit of a lucky kind of break when it comes to this kind of stuff because of all the years that I've been a pencil artist. So I'll just bring this neck thing down, get some good breaths of water, make sure I haven't missed anything. What do we got going on here? Awesome colors, says Grumpy. Well, thank you, sir. Sounds fine to me, like the machine sounds. Thank you, Shoops. Hey there, so how are you doing? Happy birthday to Sophie, you guys. I believe it was yesterday, but it's birthday week. Thank you, so. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Today I'm 20 years old plus 38 wonderful years of experience. Isn't that amazing? Oh, it's today? Okay, awesome. Happy birthday to So. You're loved so much you do not know how amazing you are to me and to the tribe, dear Sophie. Happy birthday to you. Yo! Don't stop. Oh, I think that might be some other people out there listening might have something to say about that. Shut the fuck up. Wowie. So guys, we that's a pretty good jump on her, and we're an hour in. Oh, here's some more hearts for you. So, happy birthday, sister. We all love you. We all love you to bits, and you're an amazing sister and tribe member and supporter and part of the community. And you're a teacher yourself with your own channel and everything that you do over there. Amazing stuff at Under the Bark. Just very, very proud of you. So you just keep shining, sister. Okay, guys, so I am, you know, like a person can just go up and under the brow. What should I do? Should I make some eye mounds and just make them like a sleepy one, but make the actual eye mound? Or just go up and under the brow where the way it's the easy way? What do you guys think? Eye mound or easy way? We love you too, so you're my big sister. But only by a couple. Only by a couple. Uniquely Twisted is clapping. Chow! I don't know. I kind of feel like I got the material there to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do an eye mound. I'm gonna do an eye mound. Uniquely Twisted is in the house, you guys. I got some cool stuff coming to you, sister. My goodness, Uniquely Twisted and old Hobo Jack. You guys are gonna be impressed, I think. Well, I hope. We're gonna see, and the world will see with us, because I'll be sharing it. Darn frickin' tootin'. So you guys, now I can start like kind of thinking about the way I want this beard to work. Is we're gonna say that this is the center line here, coming around and like that. Okay. Drive that center line right up. So it can be like we got a thing here. You know what? Like if we work with the wood, I could have it come like this. Go out there, right here. We'll match that over here, the way we've been doing. And bring it together here, and then match that, and do it in kind of like a. It's like a kind of like a teardroppy kind of like the shape of a leaf, okay? I know it's hard to see that freaking pencil line. But I'm gonna do it like that and take this material out here, right quick, and then we'll be able to get that mustache established. And then we'll also be able to, I'll just draw them in right now. The kind of eye mounds I'm thinking. I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna follow that. I'm gonna follow that brow line, the S in it. Go like that, and then use that section. So I can already see I gotta go up higher on this one. So we'll go right in there, and then yeah. That's gonna work. And so once I get that mustache part carved out of there some, you guys are gonna be able to also see that up here, like right off here, I'm gonna go like that and have a hair thing come up here where there's already kind of a groove for it. And then we're gonna have one come up here and lick around here. And it's gonna come out like fire, and it'll come up this way one, this way two. And then we're also going to have a lick of hair come up right up here, kind of bend around, match up with that one there, and then a couple more coming up off here. And like a lot of times what I'll do when I'm doing this kind of stuff with like the hair and stuff, the crazy hair and all that, is I try and follow the grain where I can, right? And when you do that, it's almost like you're almost like, in a strange way, it's like you're collaborating with nature. And I know it's weird, but it's true. Like, you're collaborating with the wood in this strange way. But I love to do it. I love to have my beard lines and stuff. So after I get this one opened up, then we're going to do the same. We're going to follow those grains and do some beard lines down there. But I'll draw them on when they're easier to see. Okay? So that's going to be next. I just got to have a nice big drink of Wawa. And we're going to freaking keep going, man. Love the grain. Always follow the grain, says so. Thank you, sister. I love it when the tribe agree. Oh, just checking my stats. 114 views so far. One chat rate, I don't know what that means. 15 concurrent viewers. Average view duration 8 minutes. Well, I don't really understand all that, but I appreciate it, and I'm going to say thank you. Thank you to you all for those stats. Just for being here is what I'm trying to say. Okay, well, yeah, I better, for this next barrage, I'm going to, I've got to put on the dust collector and the proper face mask. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to get as much as I can done in those little sections. And I really want to get as far as I can today on this one Woodspirit and not have it, you know, spread out for weeks, okay? So we're just going to frickin' rip today. The darn fucking tootin'. Yo! Darn tootin'. Okay, first thing, I'll go back to the extreme. Ding. Get that card in there nice and quick. Thank you for being here, you guys. Much love. And bing. There we go. Dust collector.
Kutzall Taper Extreme.
Oh, shit. Shouldn't have done that. Fucking face mask up. How we doing? Ooh. Oh my goodness, guys. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Hello, Pen on Fire. How you doing? How's it going, Sean? Tark is here? Well, thank you. Thank you, Tark, for popping in, man. You know how much it means. Please hit like on the old stream, if you would be so kind. And thank you for popping in. How you feeling, Sean? Thank you very much, Mark. You doing good, man? That's good. With those hearts are for you, big guy. You know you're a maiden pain warrior. You're a darn strong soul, and you got Wowwy'z support. You know that. So you guys, it's a weird one. I'll be the first one to tell you. It's a weird one. Hey, I missed that. Fucking. Let me just hit this here real quick. Don't do that, Wow. It's a weird one with all of the angles and stuff, but I'm loving it. I like the weird ones. And the old Herlick is just looking kind of fire, you know? Kind of like fire. But he's coming. He's coming. He's coming out, and he's coming out good and fast. So it's not going to be one of these freaking 3-month-long old Woodspirit missions that he starts to put himself onto, right? Now for these eye mounds, just while we're talking, I might as well set up the microcarver here. Let's swap out. Let's get this Kutzall Extreme off there, because the big bulkier ones do on this wristband thing. You know, if you got the Kutzall Extremes on there, they can catch on stuff when you're whipping around and whatnot. Doing the who and the what and the hip not and the whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And so this ball here might even be too big for it, because I just want to go in here. Yeah, that's even too big. I'm gonna go one size smaller and get these eye mounds cut in there. Then after I get the eye mount, I'm probably gonna do one for an eye bag underneath, and then that's when it'll start kind of reveal itself to me. It's still a bit of a mystery of how it's going to look until I get those eye mounts. It's kind of like the How to Carve a Woodspirit video, the old Driftwood guy that is in part 1. When I carved his eyes in part 2, like I want to grab it and show you guys so badly, but I can't. You gotta wait, because it's part of the magic, right? But as soon as I carved those pupils in, because I gave him wide open eyes, it just snapped, man, and it came to life. Even Spooky Doobie was impressed, and she's a hard one, because she always sees the stuff I make, right? So she's just kind of like, that's cool, that's a good one, whatever. But this time she was like, you did really good on those eyes, wow. And I was like, thanks, Spooky Doobie, you're the best. Okay, I'm going to quickly carve those eyes in, but I'll just put on my my neck sock thing here. Oh, I should put my fucking goggles on, though. There'll be that one time I don't put the goggle on, and these things are coming apart bad. Maybe I'll use my super chat money for a new pair of goggles, because these things are a mess. All of the glue that holds the padding there, god damn it, it's all come apart. It's like, you know that caulking on like older vehicles around the windows? If it got too hot and worn out in the sun, it would become like black gum. That's what's happening to my glasses. Okay, one sec. Hey, Michael is here. How's it going, brother? Thanks for popping in, Mike. Great to see you, man. Another great creator, you guys. Really appreciate that. Had a bad neck day yesterday, did you, Sean? I'm sorry, brother. Every day's a mountain is something that I like to say because it's the frickin' truth. You know? You get up and it's a new mountain to climb. Oh my goodness. Thank you, sister. You just helped we buy some goggles. Sharing your birthday money, I'm sure. Because you're like that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Man. Well, I gotta hit more hearts here. You're the best. Thank you, soul. Okay, yeah, I'll just cut them in quick while we're talking here. Won't get too crazy. And what I like to do, and I know a lot of you know, because I do it all the time. So after I do that, I go in there with the the old 7144. All right? I'll give you the old what for with the 7144. All right? If you're not careful. I'm just kidding. But you know what's funny? Is you know that old saying, I gave her the old what for? Well, my whole life I thought it was the 1-4. So I was like, what does it mean to like give somebody the 14? And then it was Katie, I think. And she's like, what? And I'm like, give her the old 1-4. And she's like, no, it's the what for? I was like, oh, geez. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sophie, again, for that gift. Oh, no. Have a good night. Have a good day, Mark. Give Anwin a big, big wowie hug, okay? Poor little nugget. Okay, Michael. Well, thank you for popping in, brother. Sure do appreciate it, man. Hey, Ron Stone is back. Joe! Here, Mike. These cards are for you, bro. God bless you and yours. Thank you for popping back, Randstone. We really appreciate the sister. So we got started the eye mounts. I'm gonna keep on going here with the microcarver. There's less Oh, these have a little bit of, well, these are the little softer sander here. Nothing too drastic. Just a little bit of Emory cloth love there. Oh, that's right, I got this one turned down super low. That's not a good it's not a good rotary unit for sanding. That one there is a, it's called a Radley micro carver, or not it's a Radley rotary tool from Home Hardware. And the good thing is that it's $29.95, and it does have a variable speed on it. But I think now after all this tariff crap, they've gone up to maybe $39.95. But still, for a little rotary unit, it's good. They're green and yellow. But I think Radley might be just a Canadian brand. It might be a Home Hardware kind of like home brand or whatever. But it's just not the right settings for like if you turn it up too much, so it doesn't stopping on me. The unit gets so hot so quick that it's like a dangerous one. So sometimes, you know, the cheap ones aren't good on certain things. Okay, now that I got that made absolutely no sense out of my mug. We can see where we're at. So we got hair flow, we got a potential spot for a crystal. I'll go in deeper and deeper and sand, and as you guys know I do. But now we got some eye mounds happening. Hello, Thundergouch, how you doing, sister? Shoops just hanging out before they go live tonight. The Shoops go live at 8 o'clock Central. Is that how to say it? Sorry, guys. And they're awesome people. And they're very much worth the watch to go over and check them out later. That's how it works, you know, Wowie Wednesday. Everybody comes in first, they watch Wowie, and they go to the Shoops for the late night show, if you will. So yeah, I'm freaking stoked about this Woodspirit, you guys. This, you know, when we started today, it was just a root tootin' root off of a Vancouver Island beach, local beach, in my woodshed, just sitting there. Now, what I was going to do today, before I decided to go with this route, was I have a really funky burl that I've been meaning to make into a bowl with my Arbortech tools, my ball gouge and stuff, and try and hollow this burl out. And then yesterday I was back here looking at it. Number one, I can't make it fit in my my work vise, what is it called? Job vise. Those things out there that, you know, you step down on it and they squeeze the shit together. Time to go. I hope you all have a great... Hey, thank you so much for coming, Josh. I really appreciate it, brother. Give my best to the family. And blessings to you and yours, man. God bless you. Yeah, my work vise or whatever it's called out there. I think they might even be in my... I can't check right now, but... yes, much love, Electric Whittler. See? Oh, sorry, you guys. You see what happens when I sand? When the thing's on there? It's like a frickin' earthquake. So I gotta pick it up. But I was trying to get this burl to squeeze in the job vise thing. But it's rounded, right? So the sides of my work vise wouldn't grab onto it, because I need to be able to go at it with an angle grinder and with the Arbortech ball gouge. But then I was looking at the bottom of it, and you guys will be seeing this because I'm going to make a burl beast. I decided in this whole process this morning that I'm going to go with making it into a face. Because there's all these different swirls and stuff, and I can see a spot for an eye, I can see a spot for a nose. You know, you can kind of see, like, it's weird. Sometimes you'll see half the nose, and so you know where to put it, and then carve the other stuff away. Well, that's what happened with this burl. And so, instead of making it into a bowl, a natural bowl, I'm going to be making it into this burly beast kind of creature. And then it might be a bowl as well, because it's very big and heavy, and you have to sometimes take out that inside stuff to make it so you can even hang it up, right? That's like how the natives do or the indigenous, sorry, do their ceremonial masks and stuff. You take all that meat out of the inside so that they can actually be worn, right? You gotta take the weight out. But yeah, I was looking at it this morning and I'm like, no, the wood's talking to me, and I gotta listen. And so that's going to be coming real soon, because I want some bigger projects going for my WIPs. Like for my next project, it's going to be, you know, a multi-day, like a live session. I want to get some bigger jobs where we pull out, you know, start using some Arbor-Tech tools, all of my new Dremel, DeWalt stuff that I've been collecting. Slow but sure, I want to be using those, and get you guys set up outside there. But sometimes you just gotta trust the way, you know, the universe presents itself. And so I wasn't feeling that burl bowl. I wasn't feeling confident because I couldn't, you know, you got to get it somewhere where it can be held in order to take those angle grinders to it, right? So it wouldn't have been safe. And so I set it aside, decided to work on a Woodspirit for the neighbor's order. And look at what we got now because of it. We got this wacky character coming to life, you know? So sometimes you just got to trust. You just got to trust in what the universe is laying out for you. But sorry, yeah, I'm just trying to get some of the, if there's bark sections still, I want to get them off so that they don't throw off the Woodspirit that I'm seeing. But I think you guys can see it. It's just a weird angle. Yeah, it's like it's a Jawhorse. I have a Jawhorse, you guys. But the bottom of the burl is so round that the sides of the Jawhorse keep slipping and the burl just goes up. So I gotta like put some like big pieces of wood on either side of it and attach the wood to my Jawhorse. I've never done that. All it has is like the little rubber mat that it comes with. So yeah, it wasn't safe. It wasn't safe. I got to be able to get it in that Jawhorse better. Thank you, Shoops. Aubrey's still watching. Thank you, cousin. So yeah, you guys, you know, like now that, thank you, Shoops. I really appreciate that, folks. Give you some loving. You guys are all so supportive and awesome. So now that I'm like looking at it and this old guy's coming to life, I think I might have him looking towards you. Shit, I just banged out the craziest eyes on the how to carve a Woodspirit guy, old Driftwood. There's another Driftwood spirit. This one is too. But I might as well just keep going. Like I said, I want to get back to my roots. And just, I was carving when I first started carving, when I first found Carbon Fusion and Power Carbon, I was carving a lot freer, just the way I draw. And I was looking at them, I was looking at old pieces, and I was like, I gotta get back to that fearless carving in super deep, really big features, you know, like over exaggerated features. That's always awesome when you're carving, you know, wood spirits and enchanted things. So I can see right now on the sides here, so I want to put some crow's feet. Because crow's feet always, like, just add to it. Brings the old guys to life. I love my crow's feet on there. So I'll be drawing some of those on. So some crow's feet will be coming. Little touches of character. I think the more I'm looking at this, I want this line here to come up a bit higher so you can see the split and the, just, you know, just a bit. Frick it. I'll show you right now. Oh, what's this thing doing? Freaking neck tube is on upside down now. Just a sec. But I just want to bring this split here a bit higher. There, just a little bit more defined there in that spot. And you just give him the old WIP 4 with the 7144. Alrighty? Right, just like that. And then get them little cut marks away, give it a hit with the old Peter Blair. Here. Here. Alrighty. And I think that's one heck of a good jump on her we got today, guys. You know, when we started, this driftwood, this old Woodspirit, he didn't exist. Now look at what's happening. Isn't that the magical? Isn't that just so magical about us carvers, you know? We're bringing these characters to life out of these chunks of frickin' washed up wood on the side of the beach. It's a very, very magical thing, and I just love it. Yeah, it is. How's your watch hours, Lee? Thank you, Shoops. I'm at like 3,100. So I need 900 watch hours in 5 months. Like before the rules change, you guys. I really need wash hours bad. But yeah, a vice grip might work. But my Jawhorse I think will work. So, but once you guys see the burl that I'm talking about, you'll understand. Well, frick it. We got a couple minutes. One sec, I'll show you. Okie dokie. Smokies. We'll put our Woodspirit to the side for a second. So I think I'm going to probably have to zoom out. Look at that thing, eh? So there's all these swirls and different faces and stuff. I can see all sorts of things going on. I've lost the first faces that I've seen, but you see, because I wanted to get it like this in the vise, in the Jawhorse, so I could go at it here with the hey, Happy Curmudgeon is here. So I wanted to take all this out, right? With my Arbor Tech. but the Jawhorse couldn't, every time I got it in tight, it was squeezing off of this because it's so rounded. So after I sat and I was staring at this thing, I was like, oh wow, and I started seeing it. I see an eye here, and then I see another spot for a potential eye here, and I just started seeing all of the swirls and the potential, you know? Isn't that beautiful, you guys? A beautiful gift from a fellow woodcarver and supporter. So yeah, I had to put the brakes on it because I started seeing these faces and stuff. So I think I might carve a face into it and then carve out what I can out of the back here to take away some of the weight, right? Because that's a freaking humdinger. And even with a two slotted keyhole hanger, that's a lot of weight on your stud in your wall. But it is freaking awesome. So that'll be coming down. A Jawhorse has 36 inches wide. Yeah, but it's the height I'm talking about. So the height of the things that squeeze, when it's in like here, those little things come sliding up on either side and hold it tight. But because it's rounded, they were sliding out. They were making this thing raise. I don't know. I'll get it figured out because I know that you can attach wood on either side of your Jawhorse to make the squeezy part taller. Like I've seen Jordy do it before and stuff. But yeah, that's a humdinger of a freaking project there, you guys. But that's the kind of stuff I want to, get coming down the barrel. I really want to get some cool, bigger projects that are going to take a couple of weeks of lives to complete. But yeah, it's so cool. And once I get, I don't want to carve away all those little nubs and knobs and stuff. That's the beauty. But you go in between where the nubs and knobs, all of these swirly lines and stuff, you sand in those spots. And I'm going to use one of those things that you put into a drill they got like the, it's like, I don't have them on hand, but they're sanders that have like kind of like wire brushes, but they're made out of plastic. Jordy uses them a lot. But I'm going to go in there and sand a lot of the around the swirls and stuff so that all these weird lumpies and humpies all get really, really protruding, and just clean it up really, really nice and then go from there. But isn't that a beauty? Looks like a freaking wasp's nest or something. You see how nature mimics itself? It's so beautiful. So beautiful. I love wood, man. It's like the most magical medium. And just to finish off the show there, I'm going to put our old our Woodspirit for today there, so you can meet this nice Burl brother of his. Yes, a very, very cool turtle hay rhinestone. Yeah, no, it's okay. It'll hold it this way, but it was you flip it over, that's what was making it wouldn't sit in the Jawhorse when it was the other way, right? I can clamp it this way just fine, but this way it didn't want to clamp. But you know what? You throw a freaking problem in front of Wowie will figure that out, man. Don't you worry about that. This is going to be coming down the barrel, down the line, however you say it. So guys, I think that was a pretty freaking good show. Look at that Woodspirit, now in our realm. So I will work on him a little bit more, maybe next week. It's up to you guys. I'd like to understand how you guys feel about it, but maybe we can finish his eyes and stuff next week, if that's cool with you guys. But that was a fun show, man. Just giving her. Look at that nose. That is like that's the kind of character that old Wowie needs to get back into his carving. And you guys are all here and part of it. Have a good night, so these hearts are for you. And the shoops are coming on later, you guys. I'm trusty cheat sheet correct for the shoops. Yep, Bill is from the Shoops Wood Shop. Aubrey, correct. Yeah, I wondered too what that would look like, hey Jack? But I wouldn't cut her into slices. It's too precious. Thank you guys all for being here and watching today. We'll be going live tonight at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern for the shoops, you guys. Thank you, Jack. You guys, you have a blessed night too, man. You and the missus. We love you guys. Yeah, next time you want to watch me bring that bear, okay, I'll put him aside till next week then, you guys, and we'll finish that Woodspirit off. If that sounds. Thank you, Aubrey. It was a great show, even though I didn't have my music. This is to you, cousin. Love ya. Thank you, Shoops. I really appreciate that, you guys. With a stud under. Okay, bye, says so. I understand what you're meaning, so. Thank you very, very much. And thank you all. Here, let me close the show off. Good and right. Can you see me? I'm gonna pull up a step. Pull up a goddamn neck tube. Oh, that was a good one, you guys. Thank you so much. Chow! Look at that old guy, eh? Look at him. We brought him to life, guys. Well, step one, anyways. Step two will be opening, getting his eyes and locking that all in. That'll be next week. And just thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here. There is no YouTube without you. Chow! And with that, folks, this has been WIP Wednesdays. Wowwy'z Workshop. Be good to yourselves and your people, the ones you love. We're all in this together, you guys. Much love to you all. Have a great night. And we'll see you next week. You're darn tootin' about that, we will. Here, close her off there, but there's Algie. Love you guys. Hit the like on the way out if you didn't already. Holy smokes, we made $19.59. Jesus, you guys. You guys are just amazing. Have a good night, Rhinestone. Love ya. Give my best to Josh, please. You guys are all the best. Have a great night. Thank you, Rhinestone. Thank you, Shoops. Thank you, Miss Francis. Thank you, Aubrey. Thank you, Darren. So Grumpy. Hobo Jack. Feels like it's at the end of, what was it, the Partridge Family or something, and everybody said goodnight. Oh, you guys are awesome. Much love, everybody. And with that, Wowie out.